Welcome back to Buy or Buy.
Today, we're looking at the 2024 to 2026 GM Sierra EV Denali, all-electric Sierra full-size pickup, GM Ultium platform, sister to the Chevy Silverado EV and Cadillac Escalade IQ. 9,000 pounds of luxury battery-powered truck, 24-inch wheels, MultiPro MidGate folding bed for 11 feet of cargo. Edition 1 sold out in 24 hours at $108,695. Then the depreciation tsunami hit.
760 horsepower max power, 785 pound-feet, 460-mile EPA max range, 4.5 seconds to 60.
10,500 pounds towing. $108,695 Edition 1 sold out in 24 hours.
75 run grand used today in less than 2 years.
Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Here's our roadmap. Section 1, Who and Cross-Shop. 2, The Gems. 3, The Issues. And finally, 4, The Verdict.
Section 1. Who and cross-shop. I mean, you have to ask yourself, exactly who drops 6 figures on a Sierra EV Denali today? Well, the buyer profile is actually incredibly specific. You've got your early EV truck adopters, the folks who want absolutely uncompromising electric luxury, alongside those fierce Denali brand loyalists. It naturally pulls in full-size pickup buyers who are finally persuaded by that massive 460-mile EPA range, and it uniquely targets utility-focused drivers. We're talking about buyers who are totally lured in by the MultiPro MidGate for an 11-foot bed, heavy-duty contractors who literally need that 10-kilowatt Pro Power Onboard system for remote jobs, and believers in hands-free highway driving who want Super Cruise integrated into a big truck format. And this brilliantly illustrates the cross-shop dilemma. You're looking at some incredibly stiff and honestly slightly more affordable premium competition out there. You've got the Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum sitting right at $87,190. Sure, it has a smaller battery and less range, but it's built on a deeply established platform. Then there's the Rivian R1T with the max battery at $84,990, boasting serious athletic dynamics and excellent tested range. Beyond that, buyers are weighing the 845 horsepower Tesla Cybertruck Cyberbeast, pushing right up to that $80,000 to $100,000 mark. The sister truck Chevy Silverado EV RST at $105,000, or they're just keeping it gas with a GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate at $85,000. Oh, and let's not forget the GMC Hummer EV pickup sharing this exact same Ultium architecture. Bottom line, the Sierra EV Denali is fighting in the most cutthroat 6-figure luxury truck arena on the market, and it is demanding a massive premium over incredibly capable rivals. Section 2, The Gems. Let's shift gears and focus on the absolute triumphs of this GM Ultium platform, every reason this engineering marvel exists. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how clearly it lays out the year-by-year pricing and EPA range disambiguation. Look at this. The 2024 Edition 1 launched at $108,695 with a 460-mile maximum estimate for 2025. Then, that number actually jumps up to a staggering 478 miles of EPA range for the 2026 max range model, settling at $100,990. This massive 205 kilowatt-hour battery is literally the largest in the entire EV truck segment, and paired with an 800-volt architecture, it makes this truck a sheer powerhouse. Let's rapid fire through these engineering gems because they are cool. It's built at GM's Factory Zero, which is their first dedicated EV plant over in Detroit-Hamtramck, with the Lake Orion expansion stepping up in 2025. So this truck commands the road with serious heritage and that signature Denali sub-brand premium positioning. That massive 205 kilowatt-hour battery feeds 350 kilowatt DC fast charging capabilities. That means you are adding roughly 100 miles of range in just 10 minutes. Plus, it features a unique 4-wheel steering system with CrabWalk diagonal capability, air ride adaptive suspension that gives you 2 inches of lift up or down, and a stout 10,500-pound towing capacity on the max range. But honestly, the true party trick is that MultiPro MidGate folding bed. This is completely unique to GM Ultium full-size pickups, letting you expand the bed right into the cabin to create a huge 11-foot cargo floor. It totally transforms how you use a truck. We also have to highlight the impressive 74 mpge combined rating. To put that in perspective, that translates to a real-world 2.2 miles per kilowatt-hour, which is efficiency that actually beats the F-150 Lightning Platinum 66 mpge per the EPA. Inside the cabin, you are greeted by a massive 16.8-inch infotainment touchscreen, the largest in the segment, plus standard Super Cruise, a stunning panoramic roof, and Bose Performance Series audio. Top that off with a Power Onboard 10-kilowatt generator featuring 10 different outlets, which is capable of defining up to 21 days of essential home power during an outage. Bottom line, the GMC Sierra EV Denali is an absolute tour de force of battery tech, versatile cargo engineering, and premium luxury, fully showcasing the absolute peak of what the Ultium platform can do. Section 3. The issues. Let's move to and see how this builds into the undeniable flaws of maneuvering a 9,000-pound vehicle. Firing through the critical flaws here, the mass is absolutely terrifying. At 9,000 pounds, you are dealing with significant braking and handling concerns, resulting in some pretty sluggish dynamics and virtually no road feel. This is starkly indicated by a terrifyingly long 139-foot braking distance from 60 miles per hour, a trait it unfortunately shares with its sister, the Escalade IQ. Towing is another major hurdle. The moment you hook up a full trailer, you're looking at a rapid 50% range depletion just from the aero drag and weight. Then you have the well-documented Ultium 12-volt auxiliary battery drain issue. Basically, if left unplugged, the telematics and battery management can completely kill that 12-volt, fully immobilizing your brand new truck. Finally, battery degradation projections based on Edmunds data suggest you might drop down to roughly 391 miles of range after 8 years. So the crucial point is the financial reality of early adoption. Look at this chart. The $108,695 Edition 1 suffered a devastating market collapse, plummeting down to just $75,000 on the used market in less than 2 years. That is a brutal $33,000 depreciation tsunami that absolutely crushed the original early adopting buyers. And then there's the hidden cost of simply keeping it charged at home. If you want to unlock that ultra-fast 19.2 kilowatt level 2 home charging, it requires a massive 80-amp dedicated circuit. For most owners, this triggers an immediate $2,000 to $5,000 home electrical service upgrade just to be able to feed this massive battery pack efficiently. Rounding out the moderate to minor issues, extreme weather brings a very noticeable charging and range derate, which is a known characteristic of the Ultium platform. You're also going to battle charging anxiety because reliable 350 kilowatt fast charging infrastructure is still heavily limited out in the wild. On top of that, reviewers over at Edmunds noted that some of the interior materials genuinely clash with the luxury price expectations, failing to justify that hefty $107,000 sticker. Oh, and don't forget, the base extended range trim drops all the way down to just 64 mpge. It totally lacks a manual mode for the region paddles. The 4-year 50,000-mile basic and 5-year 60,000-mile EV component warranties are merely average for the industry, and the Denali trims completely exceed the price cap for the $7,500 federal tax credit. Bottom line, the Sierra EV Denali is heavily burdened by the physical realities of its 9,000-pound curb weight, those early adopter software glitches, and a catastrophic depreciation curve that turns a luxury dream into a literal financial nightmare. Section 4, Verdict. The final call on the Sierra EV Denali. Verdict: BY for the 2024 to 2026 GMC Sierra EV Denali at retail pricing. Here's the deal. The 2024 to 2026 GMC Sierra EV Denali is arguably the most luxurious EV pickup money can buy right now. The 760 horsepower max power mode, the massive 460 to 478 mile EPA range, the totally unique MultiPro MidGate, giving you 11 feet of cargo, standard Super Cruise, that CrabWalk 4-wheel steering, and a Power Onboard 10-kilowatt generator keeping your home lit for 21 days. It is incredibly impressive engineering, there's no denying that. But it is an Ignition 1 EV truck that financially collapsed from $108,695 down to $75,000 used in under 2 years. That is $33,000 of depreciation faster than a Cybertruck. From a pure financial perspective, the Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum at $87,190 offers very similar luxury with much more reasonable depreciation. And the Rivian R1T Max battery at $84,990 boasts notably better driving dynamics according to Edmunds and a proven real-world 420-mile range. So my advice for this explainer: buy never new. There is simply too much depreciation risk tied up in this model. Say bye to every Edition 1 at its original sticker. That $33,000 loss in 2 years tells you absolutely everything you need to know about the market right now. The Sierra EV is basically playing the Cybertruck playbook, offering an uncompromising luxury EV truck at ultra-premium prices paired with severe early adopter punishment. If you really want this truck, just wait. Target a used 2024 Edition 1 under $65,000 after another 18 to 24 months of depreciation, and definitely make sure its battery health is fully certified before you sign anything. Otherwise, confidently cross-shop the F-150 Lightning Platinum or the Rivian R1T Max battery. Bottom line, it's an incredible piece of electric truck engineering entirely overshadowed by a toxic price tag and brutal market depreciation. Admire it on the road, but keep your money out of the showroom.